Lillian the Waters, in the voice of revelation. Revelation of perfect knowledge. Quote, when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away. It is inspiring and enlightening to note Moffat's translation of this verse as follows. Quote, as for knowledge, it will be superseded. At present, I am learning bit by bit, but then I shall understand. Weymouth states it thus, quote, for our knowledge is partial, but when that which is perfect is come, all that is partial will come to an end. Farrar Fenton says, quote, for we know imperfectly, and we teach with imperfection. But when the perfect arrives, the imperfect will become useless. I shall know perfectly, even as I am perfectly known. In the days directly at hand and before us, these propitious words will be a living reality in our midst, opening to the whole world a grand and glorious new vista. Whatever knowledge is perfect, it will remain, but whatever knowledge is imperfect or partial, it will become useless and shall come to an end. Perfect knowledge is revealed to those prepared to love it above all else. And be willing to let it supplant for them all other faulty and unsound beliefs and teachings. Quote, when that which is perfect is come. What is the perfect? The perfect is the absolute truth, perfect knowledge already present. How can truth become known to us? By revelation. How can revelation be received by us? Revelation and illumination belong naturally to the heart. For the heart is willing and ready to let go that knowledge which is imperfect and partial, for that which is perfect knowledge or absolute truth. This knowledge reveals the real self, the real mind, and the real existence at hand, and that there can be no other. That we are the one being, here and now, and that we have never been another, is perfect knowledge. The idea of at-one-ment came as knowledge bit by bit. Already this idea has been supplanted by the perfect knowledge, oneness. There are not two beings to be brought together as one, nor one to be joined with another. We are now the one. Never have there been two. Not union, but unity exists. It is oneness as allness. It is allness as oneness. The one does not see us as another, but sees us as the one. In the infinite, indivisible all, there is no place for at-one-ment. Thus, perfect knowledge is now here before us. I am the one. All ways of salvation will be supplanted and superseded by the one and only way. I am. This is the light of the cosmic Christ. The identity I denotes one life, one mind, one being, one selfhood for us all. And the verb am is spoken in the present tense, the only tense mind knows. The perfect way is the ever-revealing Christ light. I am the true and only one. Loving and cherishing this light above all other lesser lights and ways, we rejoice with exceeding joy to take leave of imperfect knowledge. I am. The I is the infinite, perfect, single self, mind and being, universal and eternal. The word am means ever-presence, uninterrupted stillness, serenity, calmness. It is done. It is finished. It is always here and now. Automatically, it cancels systems of mental travel, struggle, labor, and work. Through revelation, we know and we declare the self-same mind to be in us that was in Christ Jesus, revealing the identical knowledge. Perfect knowledge is knowing and expounding the truth, which never has been more or other than the one spirit, one self, one mind, one will, and one existence. This explodes the demoralizing teaching and belief that we are mortals with human minds sojourning in a material state. The absolute message knows and reiterates there is one being only, and it does not compromise this statement. It is the truth that God is our only self and being. It is the truth that God is our only mind and existence. The teaching, therefore, that we must develop into our own self and journey to our own being is useless, unavailing. Knowledge that the real self reigns alone is even now superseding and exploding the present-day thinking and teaching that we are mortals having to reach the spiritual and perfect through progressive human footsteps. We are what God is, and nothing else. The one selfhood knows its allness and completeness always. It never wanders from itself, nor lapses into sleep and dream. What can we say then of mortals, human beings, matter, material sense, and a human concept? Spirit is all that exists, and since spirit cannot become material, mortal, or corporal in thing, thought, law, being, or form, then no such thing as mortality exists, nor matter, nor human concept. Spirit is all that does or can exist. Quote, everyone that is of the truth heareth my voice. That we have human minds and human thoughts which change from one stage to a higher one, finally to rise above the material, are beliefs and practices which are set at naught when we learn through direct revelation that God has always been our only mind and being. When God is revealed to us as within us, then we have the evidence in ourselves that we are not mortals. Could God be within a mortal, or spirit within mortality? It is impossible. Can infinite spiritual mind be within a finite human mind? Or I am within that which is not? It is inconceivable. God cannot be one infinite self and being, and we another. In the radiance of illumination, no sense of separation between us and God remains. We are conscious of one being only, our real self. We are seeing, feeling, and knowing as this infinite selfhood. The voice we hear, the truth we see and feel, is that of our own ever-present self and being. I am, or God. Where the Spirit of God is, there is flawless vision and faultless knowledge. For one to know what is true and real, as all along he has himself been known, he must of necessity allow his imperfect beliefs and knowledge to be superseded by the perfect knowledge that now are with the unseparated, sinless self and being. Then he will neither believe in nor preach separateness and duality. He will know and he will experience the glorious meaning of the illumined words, I am Spirit. The place of freedom, wholeness, security, and happiness, free from sorrow and sickness, want, war, and woe, can be found only within the perfect knowledge that we are what God is and where God is. Otherwise, there would be no truth or foundation to the sayings that God is ever present, God is within us, and in God we live, move, and have our being. Not anything is true, but truth itself. No one can become truth, nor is reality yet to be. Again come those glorious, supreme words, I am. Whatever exists must be changeless, eternal existence. To be at all, we must be the one who is real. Freedom, peace, and security consist in knowing ourselves as we are, and in living and being this one. To know what truth is and to be this one provides the perfect way of rendering sure and certain our present completeness, wholeness, safety, and happiness. The perfect self is our only self. No human self exists. The perfect world is our only world. We exist in it now, and it is ever within us. Everywhere hearts are yearning for a joy without sorrow, for peace, harmony, and happiness without distress, discord, or destruction. The earnest, faithful heart deeply loves harmony and perfection, and devotes itself to peace and glory with enduring love, therefore will never rest satisfied with less than perfect knowledge. Never has the heart been able to reconcile a perfect God with a world of sinful human beings, nor harmonize infinite divine mind with other finite, human minds. Today, the innermost feelings of many are questioning, with doubt and uncertainty, the doctrinal, scholastic, and metaphysical teachings predicated as they are upon the hypothesis of two identities, two worlds, two states of existence, God and humanity, the spiritual and human, up and down, in and out, backward and forward. These teachings describe first one, then the other. Wonderful and glorious that within our own being we can know the truth and perfect answer to the fabricated narrative of Adam and sin. In no other way than by revelation can the true and unfranchising answer be known. Through direct revelation, we know for a certainty, without doubt or fear, that, quote, what no eye has ever seen, what no ear has ever heard, what never entered the mind of man, God has prepared all that for those who love him. And God has revealed it to us by the Spirit, for the Spirit fathoms everything, even the depths of God. Hearts will leap with joy to hear the word of perfect knowledge, that everything in and of God is timeless, spaceless, changeless, inseparable, and absolute. Loving, truth, and light, more than mystery and darkness, they will forthwith throw overboard every downward vision and teaching which describes or refers to us as a self and being which is not God. Ready to accept the perfect when they hear it, loving, earnest hearts will proclaim their acceptance of the absolute message that we are spirit, we are spiritual mind, we are whatever God is, and we live now in spiritual existence. They will have the witness in themselves that one God and one mind reigns alone, that spirit is all, and there can be none else, no other being or thing. The subtle, deeply shrouded in mystery question being brought out now into the limelight, boldly faced and boldly answered once for all, is this: was there or was there not a separation of spirit and the spiritual world called by religion the fall of man? Upon his answer, yes or no, depends one's entire knowledge of God and oneself, whether as perfect knowledge which shall endure, or imperfect knowledge which shall be done away. The absolute message is perfect knowledge. It is the voice of truth, the word of truth, the kingdom and the power and the glory of truth. Unqualified, uncompromised, unequivocal, its answer: no, we never were separated from God and the spiritual world. The coming of the end of the world means the coming to an end of the diabolical belief that we are a human race. Every doctrine, belief, and teaching identifying or classifying us as mortals, humanity, mankind, or humanhood, with human minds to be elevated or put off, with bodies which are human, temporal, and material, will be perceived and known as imperfect knowledge, and shall be rolled together as a scroll, and shall perish from the earth.